It's marathon, going crazy, knitting up all I can for his wardrobe and more before he arrives. So that's really all I have to share. Not really many selfish knits for me lately, which is a huge change because normally I am very much a selfish knitter. I really do not knit gifts for people. I just don't get inspired, and I'm not heavily motivated in projects when I don't see a purpose for myself. Maybe that's, again, a little selfish. I'm proud to say that, because if you're putting in all the time and effort, you want to do it for somebody who's going to really appreciate it and who's going to appreciate it more than me. That's at least what I tell myself. But anyway, we are doing a lot of selfless knits, but at the same time, I guess it is kind of selfish. So I'm excited to show those to you guys. I actually have the pile of knits back here. So I have 3 finished objects to share.
Many crazy stories you read here. But anyways, thought we'd point that out. I don't know if that's going to mean anything.
What?
There was a note to bring that up.
We got an update?
Oh.
Nice.
If Butterboy saw this episode
and
gave an update, that'd be crazy.
Oh, no.
I hope he gave some tips.
All right. Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
All right. Well, so obviously expect some updates.
I'm so stoked. I love updates.
Updates are
It's always the best. Our first story. Am I the asshole? Told my coworker that she's falling for a romance scam, and now she's upset. My friend, let's call her N. N and I have worked together for 3 to 4 years at a hair salon. N is early 30s, kind of an airhead, gullible, but really kind and nice person. She's currently in a relationship with this guy for the last 6 months. He lives in New York. We're in the Midwest. They talk on the phone all the time. He's been out here a couple of times to visit. We've never met, but I have heard a
still alive. If she looked down, there would have been certain parts of her body where she could see straight through her skin, her tissue, her muscle, and see her bones. There were giant holes all over the lower half of her body. She was completely covered in feces. There was feces in her stomach, inside her stomach, in her mouth, and even her ears. She had been trapped on this couch for the past 12 years of her life. By the time that she was found, she had melted through the couch into a hole and her skin was fusing with the brown leather. The only contents found in her stomach would be sofa cushion foam and feces. Did she eat it out of desperation? Was she fed it? We don't know. The worst part is, we're still unclear why any of this happened. There are theories that range from locked-in syndrome, where someone is fully conscious but unable to move their bodies,
something that at first he couldn't even process. It was just so horrible, it just looked fake. But eventually he realized what he was looking at was real, at which point John turned around, sprinted out of there, and began screaming for help. But before we get into that story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place, because that's all we do, and we upload once a week. So if that's of interest to you, please invite the like button to go out to lunch with you, but once you get there, spend the entire time chewing as loudly as possible with your mouth wide open. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's story. On the freezing cold night of February 8th, 1874, a 65-year-old man
is also a very severe rural issue.
Good morning and welcome to UNICEF House in India. We are speaking today about a very important issue which affects all of us. 60 years ago, everybody, my parents, your parents, our grandparents, whenever they used to go to shop, they used to carry bags like these, cloth bags. They used to carry to bring their vegetables, fruits, and other items. They also used to carry certain boxes, like wooden boxes, to get food or get other items for their homes. Why were these important? Because there were no other options, first of all, and they were easy to handle. Then what happened was that many people thought that to make these cloth bags and
this is just a dream that I'm living right now. Yep.
Wow.
This is. I think this would be my heaven.
You look great. You're
Oh,
still
thank you.
jacked.
No, I don't.
You're not losing any weight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you're still jacked. You still got muscles.
It's such a fall from where I was. I really appreciate that though. But I look at myself now and it's just a fragment of what I used to be. But I'm still here. That's what's so important to me, man.
Well, the ridiculous thing you were doing, you're making videos of your working out, like getting ready, and after your heart operation, you have a heart transplant, and you're running in a parking lot. You trip and fall. I'm like, Jesus, man, slow down. Like,
yeah, I got a lot of that.
You just decided that you were just going to start pushing from the beginning.
Well, actually, my brain.
He wanted was a home cooked meal.
That I had to cook.
We'll get to that in a minute.
How about that look on his face?
Then I go to pick him up, and he's walking in the parking lot, and I'm saying, not this guy. Not this guy.
This can't be him.
This cannot be him. Because he is stuck on himself. I had the best time that night. I will have to admit, he is funny.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He is. Yeah. So he kept me laughing all night.
What'd he cook you?
Oh, no. We had pork chops.
Pork chops.
All right. I cooked those. No problem with that.
Okay.
Then he wants rice.
Yeah. Robertson's a rice eater.
I never had cooked rice in my life. In fact, I don't even eat it.
Actual wheelchair users, not fake wheelchair users. And the more of us will go into acting. But you can't change a disabled person and make them less disabled, but accessibility is changeable. So the first note on Artie in Glee is the fact that he is played and written, at least to my knowledge, by somebody who isn't a wheelchair user. So that's already not good to begin with. As I said, disability is not a costume. But also, I think that the character overall is just a bit icky to me, often focusing on how much he hates being disabled. We're going to watch a small clip and then discuss it afterwards.
You hit your head pretty hard. I'm going to go call your mother. Lay down till she gets here.
Want me to help you get up on the cot? No. I don't want anybody to help me with anything. I'm tired of being so helpless. I'm tired of everybody pitying me, and I'm tired of being in this damn chair.
Anyone could have fallen on the ice, all right?
Yeah, but they could have gotten back up. Instead of laying there screaming for help until some freshman girls showed up.
Dude, don't bite my head off. But you need some rest, so I'm gonna help you out, all right?
In front of a fish processing line with this huge 97-pound cod right in front of them. This is one of the flowery cods that Sam and the other fishermen had caught 24 hours after their friend had gone overboard. And so this worker took their knife and, like they did every day all day long, began opening up this fish. And at some point, after cutting it open and looking inside of this enormous cod, the worker just stopped and couldn't believe what they were seeing, and then they began to scream. It would turn out a few days earlier, after Michael had been thrown overboard during that storm, he very likely had been alive when he hit the water. But the area where they were fishing off the coast of Queensland, Australia, was known for having lots of sharks and saltwater crocodiles in the area. And so pretty much immediately, Michael was attacked by either a shark or a crocodile, or maybe both. And during this feeding frenzy, as Michael's getting ripped to pieces, his head got ripped off and began to float away. And at some point, one of those huge flowery cods saw the head and
Now we can do CT scans that will actually detect how much inflammation is in the fat around the arteries as well. Ectopic fat is around the coronary arteries, it's in your liver and in your pancreas, and it is very inflammatory.
On this point of fasting, so if you have someone come to you and they have that physique where there's a bit more of that protruding belly fat, you said that fasting is a much better approach than just sort of a calorie restriction. I was looking at some studies that said research shows that calorie deficits of any kind can reduce visceral fat, but fasting will give it an edge because of the insulin sensitivity stuff that you talked about as well. What